Right? No, I got it.
I wanted to do a level check with you if you don't mind before I go. Set this up.
Does it make sense to put it here or
here? Let's put it here because it's better up there. Nobody really punch much.
Of African kings run up in our vein. Here, color heritage, rebellious offspring. Winston got a warrior spirit inside. From that time, we can't him. And this a warrior spirit inside. It come from Kirby Shackle Lanchin. Hey man, a Shaka Zulu, Big Knee, and Kuma, Big Knee, Kunta Kinte, Big Knee. I tell a color heritage, and my family. The vice of Rashon and to remember replica culture. I call that heritage. I do it in the latest fashion as I would tell you.
What I am doing? Downloading the Western Union app. I need to send money to my auntie in Nigeria. Know what I am doing now? Checking today's exchange rate to Nigeria on the Western Union app. Now, I'm sending my auntie money to help her with her groceries.
Download the Western Union app today. Use it to check today's exchange rate and send money to loved ones in Nigeria. Western Union, moving money for better.
Western Union makes money from currency exchange. Carefully compare fees and exchange rates, which may vary and are subject to change. NMLS number 906983.
Jingles Entertainment in association with H&M Production presents a tribute to all mothers. On Sunday, May 14th, it's a Mother's Day dinner and concert starring Jamaica's living legend, Mr. Rocksteady, Ken Boo. Along with Jamaica's singing sensation, Ghost. It's a tribute to all mothers. On Sunday, May 14th, Mother's Day. It's a Mother's Day dinner and concert at Club Eclipse, 247 Fabian Place in Newark. It's a Mother's Day dinner and concert starring Jamaica's living legend, Ken Boo. And Jamaica's singing sensation, Ghost. Also performing Jeffrey Smith and New Jersey's own Patrick Irie with MCs Grang Grang and Lady D. Music by Unity Music, DJ Prento, DJ Jason, and DJ Earl. Dinner is served from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Showtime is at 8 p.m. sharp. Early bird tickets are available now for $40. In Somerset at the Island Breeze Restaurant. In Teaneck at A Taste of Island Spice. In Newark at Tasty's Restaurant. In Patterson at L&A Restaurant. And Golden Cross. In Orange at Unisex America. In East Orange at Tropical Flavors. And People's Choice Restaurant. And Michelle Restaurants in Irvington. Don't miss a Mother's Day dinner and concert. Sunday, May 14th, Mother's Day. Starring Jamaica's living legend, Mr. Rocksteady, Ken Boo.
Say that you hear.
Mr. Ballas Dirk House. Say for the live in New Jersey, Irvington, and anyone of the surrounding area of them. Me and me couldn't know say a Ballas Dirk House and the place to go eat. I'm from the year Ballas Dirk House. A morning time bright and early, them open from 7 to noon for breakfast. And me tell us that any Ballas Dirk House, them have it out here. If a ackee and saltfish, you know what, them have it. If a salt mackerel, you know what, they have it. If a kidney or liver, you know what, me say Ballas Dirk House, them have it. And if a porridge, you know what, porridge Dirk House, them have it. Them have the cornmeal porridge. Them have the plantain and the banana porridge. Me say they have every porridge. On top of that, them have lunch special for Lily and not me. I tell us they have eel curry chicken, brown stew chicken, curry goat, and everything. Them have fried dumpling. Them have fried saltfish. Them have patty and covered. On top of that, them have all roti. And they tell us that them got homemade natural juice. I come get enough freshly made carrot juice. Them have carrot must. Them have sorrel, jerk, balance, jerk house. Them have it out there. Jerk chicken, jerk fish, jerk pork, jerk toast. Them have on Friday. Them have seafood and jerk fish Fridays. So when you feel for the seafood, they make good enough so you can call. I'm putting you on the order. The number to call is 973-399-4480. We say I'm Ballas Dirk House and the number 1 Jersey.
But we can talk about it.
For the most
I'll look it
authentic
up if I
Caribbean
have to
food
while
in
we're
town,
talking
check
about
out
it. Yeah, I need
Sunsplash
it.
Caribbean Bakery and Restaurant. They got natural organic juice bar that'll get your day started right. Like the Power Punch, the Fig Juice, the Mega Green, roots like the Immortal and the Resurrection. And peep this, they have an extended bakery department that whips up my favorite, the hot Hardo bread. White or wheat, that's your choice.
If you're feeling hungry, just grab a bite. At Sunsplash Bakery, the food is right. Jamaican patty, Itala veggies. At Sunsplash Bakery, the food is right. Mix the peanut with the caramel porridge.
Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they also cater to vegans and vegetarians with the Ital stew and the Ital aki, the soul jerk salmon and mango tilapia. Then of course they got the usual curry goat, oxtail, brown stew chicken, jerk chicken, and so much more. I mean, their menu is extended and they're highly rated. Your best bet is to just stop by or give them a call. They're open Monday through Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Thursday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They're located at 56 Main Street in Orange, New Jersey, and can be reached at 973-395-3777.
Each day there are some hungry days. We need some food up on we empty plate. Long time we there and we sit on a wait. Sunsplash restaurant I run the place. Everybody me say just want a taste, yeah.
Let your food be a medicine. Eat well, live longer. I'm David Shepard and I endorse this commercial.
Splash Radio 94.3. Reggae, dance hall, soca, hip hop and R&B, African,
I got a tissue.
disco, oldies but goodies.
Hi, this is Janet Jackson.
We're bridging the gap. Seriously. Splash Radio 94.3 New Jersey. Eric Dawson. Mornings at 10 o'clock.
Hey, bro, you're doing a great job. Love listening to you.
On 94.3.
What do I hear?
Yeah, let me turn this off. This is.
Oh, we can ready to go. Yeah, there we go.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is yours truly, Pastor Powell from the New Dimension Pentecostal Ministries, located at 6 Southman Avenue in East Orange, New Jersey. Yes, I am inviting you to join me each and every Sunday morning from 5 a.m. until 9 a.m. on Splash Radio 94.3 on the FM dial with hours and hours of the soul-catching gospel. Join me right here on one of the great stations of all nations. Right here. Join me. Splash Radio 94.3 on the FM dial.
Well, I don't know, so Mr. J represent for 94.3 FM Splash Radio. We just splash out the music on them.
Initialize sequence now.
Him. Your attention, please. This is no ordinary show. Covering news and information for Essex County, New Jersey, and beyond. This is the Eric Dawson Radio Show. Broadcasting from 94.3 Splash Radio. Now, here's your host, giving it to you like only he can. It's Eric Dawson.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's the Eric Dawson Radio Show with co-host Ian Burrows.
Good morning, family.
Today is Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Call-in number 973-457-8000. If you're listening through a mobile device, 213-493-0287. And if you're streaming on Facebook, you can check us out now. We're live from 10 to 12.
That's right.
Right?
It's been an interesting week.
It's been a very interesting week, man. You know.
And an interesting past couple of days. A whole lot going on with that Trump character and FBI firing folks. You're fired. I think he still thinks he's on that reality show, man.
I wish that he would have it would have been funny had he taken him. Where was it filmed? The Apprentice. Was it Trump Tower?
I think so. Yeah.
Take him to Trump Tower to that whole big room
and have him in the boardroom.
Yeah, have him in the boardroom, man, and start asking him questions, grilling him.
Yeah, absolutely. And point to him and give him the whole signature.
And should Eric and Ivanka have been there as well?
Yeah, sitting to his left and right as they did, and then say, "Hey, Mr. Comey, you are fired."
Yeah.
Wow.
So, what are your thoughts about that, man?
Well, I'd like to, speaking on behalf of all.
And before you start, I want to apologize.
It's pollen, and the pollen that's within the honey, that pollen is what that's what you're having the allergic reaction to. When you ingest it, you take a spoonful of that every day, and when you ingest that pollen, it'll help your body build an immune system, a resistance to it, so that when the season rolls around, your body and you and your body in a much better, stronger place, and it's a natural remedy. I've used it, and it's helped me immensely.
So you have allergies?
You
had allergies?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And so you had them up until when?
Probably about 20 years ago.
Wow. I didn't have allergies until I turned 50.
Yeah, it's usually the other way around. A lot of people become allergic over time. Usually it grows on you. But yeah, what I've learned to do that. I've always looked for a more natural, holistic approach whenever available to try to to find a cure for whatever.
It's a pain in the
else.
ass, I gotta tell you that.
It definitely is. I know you have a roll of tissue around here somewhere, and everything else. So hey, I feel for you. I'm with you. I got your back. So whenever you need to take that break, you give me the signal, and I'm on the mic.
All right, brother. I appreciate that.
All right,
man.
there you go.
So back onto the Comey thing.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to have. Wouldn't anybody out there love to be in a position whereas you can potentially, be investigated or anything of that nature, and fire the investigator at will? I would love to be in a position like that. Where I can kind of do what I want to be. It's almost, it is like an authoritarian, position, an authoritarian response. It's like, hey, I want to do it because I want. He's really running it like he is a CEO of sorts, and a lot of folks don't understand what's wrong with that. Is that he's supposed to be working for the people.
Clinton fired the FBI director too.
Yes, he did.
Right. So the FBI director works at the will of the president. Right. So the president has the authority to be able to fire him if he feels that he's, compromised in any way,
right.
or that.
And I'm not a fan of Clinton's, and so that's a perfect. You're right about that. Now, at the time that particular FBI. Head of FBI that Clinton fired, was he investigating the White House at the time?
I don't know what he was.
I don't think he was investigating the White House. Which that's really what's drawn the biggest scrutiny about this whole situation, is that your house is under investigation in particular, and you get to fire.
So let me ask you a question: do you think that because Comey's not there anymore, that this investigation won't move forward?
It's a question mark. For me, the answer is I don't know. I would hope not. The answer is I don't know who's going to take over.
So you believe that the FBI is... I mean, you have all these career FBI folk, right? And you have director for sure.
Right.
But then, do you think that all those people are just going to sit on their hands now that Comey's no longer there? I mean, I don't think that that's how the FBI works.
Well, that's not how it's supposed to work. But, I mean... You have brought up situations, and on a more local level, where other administrations have been involved, and you felt that because of that certain things aren't going to be looked into, and certain people can commit. So I mean, I think similarly, wouldn't it be possible when you have I'm just saying there is a line of similarity there between what you were discussing a few times about a week or so ago on a more local level versus what we're dealing with on a national level. I would be hopeful, and I just want the people to be watchful of what's going on, and know that, we the people are in power, not in particular individual. And, I'm on the side of right. So I don't care what's going on as long I'm on the side of right. And and if we feel something's wrong is going on, something inconsistent is going on, or what have you, and somebody needs to be checked, you should be on the side of right, not on your party side or whatever. You should be on the side of what on what is right. So. So that's where we're at. So I'm glad I'm coming off and sounding pretty good on the feed. That's nice to know that we're connected. Everybody get out there can hear me. So good morning, everybody who's joining us on the airs and on Facebook Live. Again, it's 973-457-8000. It's been a week since I've been here. I kind of missed you a little bit, just a little bit. Don't tell anybody that, because Eric and I have a little bromance, and we've both been busy this past week, and we haven't even had an opportunity to really call each other or anything, which is kind of unusual.
A lot of stuff going on, and a lot of things that we talked about in terms of the show too.
Right.
Friday we're going to try to. We're evolving.
We're evolving,
guys.
Okay.
And this actual evolution came as a result of a few folks inboxing and making this request. So it wasn't my brainchild, but it was quite a few people who don't know each other, but they all thought that it might be a good idea. They said, "Well, Eric, you talk about stuff on the only constant on the show right now is me, right? I'm here Monday through Friday.
Absolutely.
I'm here on Monday with Kevin,
right.
On Tuesday with Rashon, on Wednesday we may have not a permanent, but we may have a partner.
Okay.
And that's Dr. Griffith from Irvington.
Oh.
She was here yesterday, man.
That's right. We need a little sister. We not a little sister. We need a little sisterhood up in here. That's what I meant to say. Well, we need some. There's
a lot of testosterone flying.
There's a lot of testosterone around here. I would like to see, and I'm happy to have the woman's perspective on here, and a lot of women would eventually, will also appreciate it. Good morning, Ali, Maria. I see y'all out there. Kashmir, everybody's tuning in on Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us.
But she's going to come on and talk about, be a part of the health and wellness segment.
Okay.
And she's a psychologist. She's been both in the schools as well as working with juveniles in the court. So she's covered the entire spectrum, and that perspective will be very, very valuable. But then, so I'll be on with her. I'm very, very close to firming up the deal with Beth Israel Hospital and St. Barnabas. Had a great meeting yesterday with the PR director at St. Barnabas, and they're excited about joining the family here and being a part of providing the community with news and information that can help empower them to change the quality of their lives. But then, so that's Wednesday. And then Thursday, of course, with you.
Okay.
So the thought by some of the listeners had to do with, the light?
The Wi-Fi is just coming in and out.
Yeah, it's going to come in and out. But the listeners or the viewers there'll be no interruption for them.
Okay, good.
So what had
happened?
Yeah, what had happened was, so what these listeners said to me was this. They said, Eric, what about if Ian wanted to comment on something that was said on Monday or Tuesday? Or what if Kevin wanted to comment on something that was said on Wednesday? He'd have to wait all the way until next Monday to come back on. And the same thing for Rashon. Or the only person who would be able to benefit, you benefit from somewhat coming on Thursday, right? We could talk about Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Right.
And Dr. Griffith will be able to talk about Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
But I would say that at the most disadvantage would be Kevin, because he's on Monday, and then all of the stuff we talk about happens 4 days, after he's off, and then he has to wait until next Monday. But then he's ready to talk about a whole
new stuff,
list of new things.
So we're going to have like a powwow.
We're going to have a powwow. We're going to have a wrap up Friday. So, if your schedule permits, to come in on Friday. So there'll be times when it'll be all four of us, me, you, or five of us, if we can try to figure out how to fit Dr. Griffith in here.
If we get Dr. Griffith, she can keep us balanced because...
two on that side, two on this side, and she could be in the middle.
Right. Well, that and because...
well, that's balance.
Because some of us may be borderline crazy, and being that she's a clinical... psychologist. She can, keep us on board.
What if she'll charge me $80 an hour while she's here?
Well, that's pretty cheap. I'll kind of go for that. I can use a little counseling nowadays, man. Life is tough out here, man.
Yeah. So, but that's what it'll be. So that we wrap up Fridays, and we'll be able to talk about all of the things. My hope is that all of the co-hosts on the show will spend the week, or the time that they can during the week, going through the threads of the various shows that have been posted, engage you guys in conversation, and try to get you to participate in that wrap-up discussion on Friday. I think it'll be fun. But again, I'd like to take credit for it, but some other folks thought it was a great idea, and I did too. So we're gonna test that out.
Okay, we have a guest coming in today.
We do. We've got Council President Ted Green coming in from East Orange. He is also a mayoral candidate. He'll be here somewhere after the 10:30 mark. And we're going to talk to him about how it's going on the campaign trail, what he, how he thinks things are going, his chances of winning. I'm sure he's going to say they're great.
Okay.
We'll talk about those things. There are a lot of elections going on, Ian.
Yes.
And I didn't even know. I just happened to be looking at local news today, and it skipped me. But on Tuesday, there were two debates, gubernatorial debates. There was a Republican gubernatorial debate, and held down at Stockton College, and then there was a Republican gubernatorial debate. And I didn't know about them. I didn't see them. And the biggest concern that I have, man, is that I'm not alone.
And do the people know about these people? Are we informing? Are we getting the information that we need so that we can make an informed decision come election day?
I'm going to say no.
And that's a problem. And it seems like a common theme, whether it's local or national, statewide. It seems to be a common theme, the fact that
there's a conspiracy to keep the electorate dumbed down.
You know what? And there's a couple other things while we're waiting to have while we're waiting for our visitor to come in, as well as what you're talking about now. Let's continue that first. I see you, Rodriguez. We're definitely going to talk about gun violence as well later on in the segment.
Did you see I posted something? It listed the, I think, 15 most dangerous cities in New Jersey, and we can talk about that too.
Yeah, we don't, and that's one of those lists that you really don't want to be near the top, and unfortunately, we are near the top.
We are near the top.
So, but to continue what we're talking about now, we're talking about. Thank you again for sharing that information, Desenius. Is about this gubernatorial debate. We need to get one or more of these candidates on our show as well, because
we've had one. But that's what I'm talking about. Wrap up Friday, because I did have gubernatorial candidate Jim Johnson on the show, and I think he had announced this is candidate Phil Murphy. I had him on way back when I was down at the DNC.
Right.
I was down there, and I was broadcasting live for Splash Radio down there, and I was able to corral Phil Murphy and bring him in. I'll reference those two interviews for you guys so you can check them out, because they're not too many places. I mean, it's crazy, right? There's not too many places, but I feel honored that I was able to sit with two of them, and Splash Radio was able to be a part of it.
I would like to get the other guy that's running as well. What is the brother's name?
Lesniak. Wesneski. And his name is Wesneski, not Wesnewski.
Well, that guy, the one that he used to,
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders guy.
But Bernie Sanders is not supporting him. What's that about?
I don't know.
How does that happen? Like, dude, if I'm going to support you, I need you to support me.
It really depends. I need to know the answer to that question too. It's unfortunate Bernie Sanders is, unfortunately, right now, and it's not unfortunate that he's the most popular senator in the United States currently. He's definitely the most sought after, one of the most sought after and respected voices, and he just might be getting pulled all over the place. But I'd like to hear the reason why he's not out here campaigning with him, because being that Bernie does, I believe, have the ears of the listeners. right now, a lot of the people, I think he needs to utilize his voice and his current celebrity like status to get out here and push his candidate if he feels his candidate is worthy, to be pushed. So I know, and again, I would like to know why it's not happening. If it's his busy schedule, or if it's because I'm really not.
Well, you know what? Look, because we don't have an intern. But we do have listeners.
We do have
listeners. And so what I want to ask the listeners to do right now is please hit share on your phone.
Good idea.
On your computer, right?
Please hit share.
But beyond that, if you guys give us the number, if you be kind enough to research that number for either Wisniewski or Lesniak or Gordano, Citarelli.
I know Larry Ham has that guy. Wisniewski's information, right? Because he's been out there campaigning.
But we'll call him live from here.
Absolutely.
And we'll see why, what we can do about getting him on the show.
Yeah,
I think that we...
And Brother Ham, he does tune in.
Does he tune in?
He does tune. He tunes in on my page a few times. I haven't seen him jump in yet, but if he's out there, Brother Ham, come on and give us a call and reach out to
anybody, not just him, but anybody
absolutely.
who can do that, right? So you can just go and Google a number and get it. But for us to try to do it would disrupt the show. So if you could do that, we'd be happy to try to maybe take a break and then make a phone call and see if we can get somebody from their office to schedule right here, right now, live, to be available for you guys to hear. They're running, right? Because that's the thing. If they're really running, why wouldn't they want to be everywhere they could be?
Right, and wouldn't they want the people to hear their platform? And the answer should be yes. And we, the people, should want to hear their platform. We should want to know who's available so that we can smartly and intelligently use the right that we have.
Did you guys know that there was a debate?
Yeah. Did anybody out there know? Anybody?
Did you go? That's the other thing.
Put your hands up.
Did you know? And did you go?
Yeah. Did you know about there was a
debate? There we go. So Felicia's got Lesniak's number. So you know what?
Oh.
Yeah. So
we do.
Yeah, we're gonna try to call Lesniak's number and see if we can get him live.
Yeah.
But
Hakeem says no.
This is what we need to be able to do.
Hey, Cassandra on my page gave me Lesniak ring. She's in the building. That's my girl right there. Thank you, Cassandra.
Okay, so we're gonna try to during the course of the show, we're gonna try to reach out to Lesniak and see if we can get him on. Any other numbers that you guys have? Please put them in the thread, and we'll try to get that going.
Yeah. Hey, look. I got a little competition going on. With his. You know what my man here, my right hand man's viewers and mine, because he's getting all this information ASAP. I want him to understand and realize, that my people on my feet are out here just as hard and just as ready as his. So don't make me look good. All right, make me look good. Help a brother out. You want me to push it?
Nope. That'll be fine. I can reach from there.
Okay.
So what is it that you want to talk about now? While we're getting into the new topic, I'll actually dial this number.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to shout out Mother's Day that's coming up this weekend before we continue, because we got to remember our mothers. And if you don't remember, get them flowers ready, get that fruit ready. Make sure it's there on time for Mama. All right? Don't be out there playing because there's Mama out here. Yeah, you laughing out there. I see y'all, but let's go. Make sure that happens. But there's been a few videos. And this is a later segment, but I kind of want to talk. It's been bothering me. It's heavy on my heart here. Of seeing our youth constantly looking to resort to violence for situations that shouldn't warrant it. Also, it's almost like we can't like the older folk, our more seasoned citizens. And our older folk, when they confront these young people to give them some criticism, or something that they don't want to hear necessarily, but they need to hear, that their result is to respond or react to them in a violent situation.
Hello?
Who's that?
Hello? Oh, I had him.
Who? You had him on?
I had him.
What happened?
I don't know. He hung up. Dial his number again. Just dial it. 908.
Okay.
Nope. Hit.
Yeah, it's on. 908.
I don't know.
It was dialing.
Oh, go ahead. Dial it again. 908.
Should I?
Yeah, do that.
Right.
908. 624 0880. All right, so here we go.
Here we go. So we calling
this is
gubernatorial candidate?
Yeah, this is Ray Lesniak's office.
Right now.
Right now.
Right. We're going to get him on the air right now.
Right now. Is it ringing? What's happening?
I don't know.
Here we go.
There we go. I thought my fingers wasn't down right. Help me out here, y'all.
All right, guys, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Then we'll get back to the Mother's Day.
Yeah, we're going to get back to Mother's Day.
Hello?
Dan speaking. How may I help you?
Dan?
Hey, good morning, Dan. How you doing?
This is Eric Dawson. You're live on the Eric Dawson radio show, 94.3 FM.
Along with Ian Burroughs.
Along with Ian Burroughs. So listen, this is Senator Ray Lesniak's office?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we were told that there was a debate. Well, I didn't know. There was a debate that occurred a couple of days ago, and I've reached out several times to try to get the senator on the show. In fact, I met with him down at the DNC. Wanted to know, and my listeners, and we're live on Facebook as well, want to know the likelihood of between now and the primary of getting the senator on our show so he can share his platform with our listeners. We got about 40,000 listeners.
Yeah, and the thing is, what we want to do is to give he just like everybody else, the opportunity to speak directly to the potential voters, speak about that platform and things of that nature. This is just an opportunity that we're looking to do.
Do you have the senator's email?
We do not. But we're calling you. Can you?
And we're calling you live on the air, in fact. So I don't know if you can reach out to him and tell him, hey, call us this morning. We want to try to get you on the air and help promote you and talk about your political position and everything else and let our listeners know what's going on because a lot of us are uninformed.
Yep.
Yeah, but that contacting the senator's email would be the best way of getting him on the
air. Okay, what is his email?
It's SEN.
SDN.
SEN.
Mm-hmm. Sally, Edward, Nancy?
Yeah.
Okay.
LES.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
NIAK at njleg.org.
NJLEG.
So what actually happens at this office that we just called?
This is his legislative office, where he handles legislative affairs.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we will send him an email, and hopefully we can get him on the show before the primary. Thank you, Dan.
Okay, no problem.
Bye.
Bye.
Well,
his office is right not too far from me in Union as well, and I have another number for him, the Union office, 908-327 number. I don't know if you want to try.
But is that a legislative office as well?
I guess it is. Yeah, but we'll try to email. Let him know we're on live. Give him the calling number. He might just call and surprise us and call us today.
You know what? That'd
be awesome.
We'll see what happens. But I just want you guys to see what just happened. Right? So if you got another number, give us the number.
Absolutely.
We'll try to call during the show because it's important.
Call every candidate. Every potential candidate. It's important that we all know and listen to these guys. What's up, Lexi? Thank you for tuning in. Rob, what's happening, everybody? Hey, look, so
now back to Mother's Day, right?
Yeah, hey, look, number one, Mom. There's nothing to talk about. I mean, there's nothing to talk about. If you ain't ready for Mother's Day, you better get ready for Mother's Day. I try to tell you, don't get slapped up by Mama. You better have them flowers ready, candy ready, the fruit ready. You better have it all ready for Mama. And I don't know. Now, what's the rule on Mother's Day? Is it? You know the question I'm going to ask.
I know what you're going to ask.
I got to ask the question.
Wait a minute. Let me get my towel because I'm sweating. Go ahead.
Oh, man, you sweating. I got you sweating. Good morning, Marvelous. I see you tuning in. Yeah, what is the rule on Mother's Day? Is it, and men, chime in too, do we just take care of Mama? And also, of course, assist our children in taking care of their mother? Or do we have to take care of our significant others ourselves directly as well? I mean, I thought it was Mama and Grandmama, and great grandmama, say if you're lucky.
Well, I'd like people to call in on that.
What do you mean go to the corner, Adrian? Let me just say go in the corner.
Right, we'll have a call in because I want to know the answer to that question because this is a real question.
It's a real question. 973-457-8000. Call in. I need to hear what's the real answer.
If you're in a relationship.
If you're in a relationship.
Right. Do you... So there are a couple things, right? Okay. I want to ask these.
Go ahead.
So if you're married, do you take care of your mother and your wife? Or do you just take care of your mother and, like you said, assist your children in taking care of their mother, which is your wife? But is there an age limit at which you say to your children, look, you're 18 or you're 22 or you're 25 and you can take care of your mother yourself. I'm a bounce and I'm going to go take care of my mother. Now, beyond that, if you're dating a woman who has children that are not yours and the children are over 18, do you have an obligation?
Well, what about if they're under 18?
Well, if they're under 18, I think if you're dating her,
then you assist the
you're
children.
not going to shoplift the pootie.
Right. No.
Right, so you're going to take care.
You're going to assist the children.
You're going to assist.
Forgive him, ladies and gentlemen.
I told you every day
Forgive
I'm going to
him.
have one, right? But you're not going to. So you're going to take care. You're going to help the children.
Right.
I'm going to assume that everybody agrees that that you're going to help the children if they're below a certain age, take care of their mother on Mother's Day.
Of course.
But if the children are 18 years old or older, I'm imagining that they should be able to forage and take care of their mothers themselves. So the question becomes, if you're dating this woman and she has children over 18 years old, does she, number one, expect that you're going to do something for her on Mother's Day?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or is she looking toward her children to do something for her Mother's Day? Are you obligated?
Yo, people at my feet are crazy. This guy, Adrian, that's my classmate. That's my dude.
Says all mothers and like a mother should be celebrated. Well,
of course we're talking about we're going to celebrate him, but the question is.
So then my aunt is a mother. So should I celebrate my aunt?
Yeah, of course we're going to celebrate.
Should I celebrate the neighbor down the street who's a mom? Like, where does it end?
Like, exactly. Now, now Adrian is out of control in my feed right now. I don't even know if I want to read this. Adrian, my classmate, what's wrong with you, man?
Well, what is he saying so the other people can hear?
He's out of control.
What
He's talking about you're supposed to take care. Well, the first part made sense. He says you take care of your wife, your mother, and your mother-in-law. Then he goes, and don't forget your side piece. I'm finished. I'm finished.
Okay, well,
I'm finished with it.
But that's a real conversation. Though.
Then again,
but the question about and I want to ask him. I'd love him to call in. The question that I'm asking is this: I get taking care of your mother and of your mother-in-law.
All right, I get that.
Done.
I even kind of get taking care of your side piece a little bit.
Well, but if your side piece has children that are old enough to take care of her. It's Mother's Day, so she is not your mother. I mean, you may call her mommy,
right?
In those affectionate times,
okay.
But
ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, again,
I'm sorry.
but she's not your mother. She is the mother of these children.
Okay, now Lexi says Mother's Day, which is acknowledging any female that is a mother, not saying get them all a gift. Okay, I hear you on that one.
Oh, okay, so right. So, I do that. When I walk down the street, if I see women, I say Happy Mother's Day. I say, I qualify. I say, if you're a mother, Happy Mother's Day.
Right.
So I do acknowledge. The question that I'm asking is how many women are sitting around waiting for their husband or their side piece, right?
Right.
Their boo, whatever you want to call them, to do something for them on Mother's Day. So they treat it almost like Valentine's Day.
Isn't that a trip?
Right? So that's what I'm getting at, right? So it's almost like you get a do-over for Valentine's Day
like, didn't
on
I
Mother's
just see
Day.
you in February? What we talking about?
I saw you on your birthday. I saw you on Christmas.
Yeah, go talk to your kid. What you talking to me for?
You want flowers? You want fruit baskets?
I'm older than you. What's wrong with you?
I mean, I'm asking, but there's a real question.
That's what we want to know. Because you know what we get on Father's Day?
Well, Brenda said her brother doesn't give her anything on Mother's Day. Only our mom. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm asking. So now you go see your mom.
Right.
And you take care of your mom on
Lexi,
Mother's
I'm not a
Day.
mess, Leslie. Stop. Call in.
But listen, there are going to be some people breaking up on Mother's Day because they got it confused.
Yes.
And here's an opportunity to try to straighten it out.
Yeah, we're trying to keep couples together.
If you think that your husband or your boo or your side piece might be confused, right, you might want to tag them in on this thread.
This is a public service
announcement. And then you want to
announcement.
answer the question so that they know the answer to it.
This is a public service announcement. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to help you, the listeners. All right? Don't look at it in no other kind of way. We're doing our civic duty here, making sure we're keeping couples together. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Deborah, welcome. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep the love.
What did Deborah say?
Deborah, no, Deborah just joined. Good morning, Deborah. Deborah Mapson in the building.
Oh. I wonder what she said.
She didn't say nothing yet.
So Munira says celebrate women 365 days. I don't disagree with that.
We're not disagreeing with that.
I'm saying that we should celebrate them. We should celebrate human life 365 days a year.
All I'm saying, yeah, absolutely. And
I'm simply asking how many of you are going to sit there tapping your feet, wondering if this trifling person is going to get you something on Mother's Day.
Yeah,
Do you expect a brunch?
All I'm saying,
a dinner.
All I'm saying is that
flowers, a card.
Do unto us on Father's Day what you want us to do for you.
Let's see, stop, because we don't get it on Father's Day.
You know,
right?
we get. Somebody got the nerve to just want to put on a teddy and cook dinner.
That's absolutely right. Like this, not like he's just a Neanderthal. This
like that's it. Like that's all you get, girl. You can
walk around.
Can I get a gift card? Can I get a Happy Meal? Can I get something? Winifred, what's happening? Thanks for joining. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, right? Love the one you're with. Give us some love out here, man. Like we need love too. But you know what? In connection with that,
it's a real issue.
That's a real issue. But in connection with that, interesting and kind of touches upon the conversation we had last week. That was a little hot.
What's that?
Caitlyn, formerly known as a Bruce Jenner.
Oh, don't do that. No, he's no longer a he. He is a she.
I'm just saying.
All right, come on, listen.
She just said, Bruce. All right, the person we know as Caitlyn Jenner now wants to be acknowledged for Mother's Day. Now, my thing is, and I had a friend that had
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? If you identify, he doesn't even. She doesn't identify as a woman. She is a woman.
No, this is where I cross the line. It's not Women's Day. This is Mother's Day.
Well, she's no longer a father; she's a mother.
But Mother's Day are those.
Yeah, so are we defining a mother as a person who has a uterus? Is that it?
Mother's Day for me are those who.
Well, Caitlyn thought that she was mothering the whole time, but she was Bruce to you.
Exactly.
But she was Caitlyn. She was, but no.
See,
are we going down this lane?
All I'm saying. This is what the conversation also was about, and I'm just curious on how that too. Do we kind of? I mean, does Caitlyn qualify as a mother?
Look, let's pause for a second.
Okay, let's.
I want to get back to this.
Okay.
Felicia gave us Mr. Wisniewski's number.
Okay.
You want to dial that number?
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's see it. 732. I think you just like.
Oh, yeah.
732 432 8460, and you guys should log those numbers in because this is how you get to those people. It'll start. I think. Will it start? Oh, here we go. Let's see what happens. I think that's why.
There we go. Let's see what happens.
There we go. Let's see what we got.
I hear you, Lexi. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm just saying.
Oh, about the Mother's Day thing?
Yeah, Lexi.
We're not done with it.
Lexi going off of my feed right now.
I don't think that we.
She's about to go ham.
I don't think that we've gotten resolution on it. Okay, I think Mr. Wisniewski's not home.
He might be in the gym working out. I don't know.
Maybe he's out canvassing.
Yeah, reach C2 Education Center in East Brunswick. Sorry, we cannot come to the phone right now.
That wouldn't be Mr. Wisniewski.
That
definitely wasn't Mr.
Somebody gave us a Fugazi phone number.
That was Okay, so Felicia, please check that number for us.
Yeah,
again.
One more again.
Did you say one more again?
I said one more again.
One more again?
Y'all understand one more again?
No, I don't. Sorry.
What you?
They don't either. That's just you.
People on my feet.
Now I'm apologizing for you. Now I'm apologizing for you.
People on my feet. Y'all understand one more again?
So anyway,
All right.
So the question has to be answered. I'm going to go look through the
Yeah, I'm just saying, I want more than just thank you very much. Somebody gave me a thumbs up on my feed to one more game. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Stop back. Don't get boozy on me today and start sipping tea with a pinky up. All right, y'all know what one more again is.
No, I never. My father would have hit me upside the head if I walked in the house and he had another biscuit on the table and I said one more again. Does not.
Well, it doesn't apply to.
It doesn't apply to biscuits.
It doesn't apply to biscuits when one more again is like it's an abbreviated form.
No, it means one more time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
One more again.
Well, listen. Even David Tucker said, "Yo, it means one more time" with an exclamation point.
Thank you, David.
I understand what it means. I'm simply saying I don't.
So we're not gonna embrace incorrect grammar on this radio station.
I don't know. I don't know.
I guess the answer is no, because I really don't like it myself. I actually posted a feed about that. We're gonna go back to the other topic, but it's. Ooh, I posted a feed. I posted a comment on my page that said I had a crush on a woman, but then when I saw her ignorant comments and or poor grammar, she was no longer a fantasy of mine. She really killed my entire fantasy.
I saw that. I want to get to that in a second, but I want to read what Cassandra said.
Cassandra jumped off my page and jumped on yours? You cheating on me, Cassandra?
Uh-oh. Listen.
One more again, Cassandra. One more again. That's all I'm going to tell you.
What she says is this, which I think is... I like this. She says, mother is a title that is earned, and some of our men are playing this role also. Ooh. Anyone who, I guess she says, fits this model.
No, Lexi wasn't too.
Right? Mm-hmm. Should be recognized on this day. Further, we must not forget those mothers who have lost their children. So, now, that's another piece too. But this piece
that's
here...
That's a very good piece, actually.
Because there are a lot of women...
I like that.
...who are playing father because daddy's gone. Was never around, deadbeat, whatever, right? And so I always said, and I used to get my mother Father's Day cards.
Well, see, not...
Wait. But right. So I kind of get where Cassandra's going. That if you... What?
All right.
Look, there's a big sigh.
Yeah.
No?
Look...
We need our own day uninterrupted.
Anybody knows me knows I'm a parent. My favorite job.
So
in the
Parents'
world,
Day, should it be just Parents' Day then?
We separate. I'm okay with separating, having separate days. I don't agree with. I agree. We know we have our mothers out there who are, unfortunately, handling the business on their own, single mothers, and they're doing their due. I will give them all the praise and all the acknowledgement all year round. I'm not going to give them a Father's Day card because they're not fathers. They happen to be a mother pulling double duty. Mm-hmm. There are fathers out there who who are out there doing their thing just the same, who are also pulling double duty. I'm not going to give him a Mother's Day card. That's an insult. I think it's an insult. In a way, yeah, I acknowledge the fact that you're doing double duty, but you're not mom. You're a dad handling your business, and you happen to be pulling double duty, but I'm not going to give you a Mother's Day card. I think because being a father in manhood has a different energy and a different perspective than a mother and her mother's energy doing her thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I want to. It's okay. Now understand, I'm all for equality, and I am because in our ancient cultures back then, we understood it wasn't just matriarch and patriarch. It was a balance, more like ma'at. Okay, so we had a balanced approach, and the balance is we understood that each one brought a different energy, and we give and we acknowledge and we praise them both equally. But understand, there's a different energy coming from them both. You can't lump them both. I'm not giving my mom a Father's Day card. It ain't never going to happen. I'm never giving my father a Mother's Day card. Never going to happen.
I don't know that my dad would have taken a Mother's Day card.
It's never going to happen. I'm going to acknowledge them for who they are as, in their being, as a person, as a parent, as the father and his manhood, or the mother and her womanhood. And I'm going to acknowledge them separately. And there's nothing wrong with and understanding there's a difference. You could be different and equal. It's okay to be different. You know what I'm saying? David, thanks for joining. It's okay to be different and acknowledge the fact that we are different. A lot of people take offense to the fact that, hey, but it's okay to be different. It's a salad bowl, ladies and gentlemen. It's a salad bowl. It could be you could enjoy the different textures and the different things that we have within that. Everything don't have to be the same. I don't want to take my salad bowl and blend it. But I didn't want to do that.
But I want to ask you a question. Right?
Yes.
And I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Okay, I go with that. All right. I do that a lot.
So there's a difference between being a dad and being a father.
Well, yeah, I know what they mean. I don't know which one, depending on who you're speaking to, they define one as one and one as the other. Sometimes they do interchange, but I understand there's a difference.
So the, and you know, like the person on Facebook said that when you affectionately, because here's the question I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm. Come on, get the words together.
No.
I'm supposed to be the one grammatically correct here, not you.
Do you give any mother, meaning any woman who's given birth, irrespective of how they've treated their child, celebratory expressions on Mother's Day?
Oh, that's a good question.
Right? Because if we're saying that it is gender-based, because that's what you said, right? It's gender-based. So if it's gender-based, well, simply because I'm a female, irrespective of whether or not so take an abusive mom. Does she get flowers? Should she get flowers? Should you encourage that child and the husband to celebrate Mother's Day for them?
Well, okay. Now this is another question that we're bringing to the table. Do we acknowledge?
Like, what are we acknowledging? That's what I'm asking. What are we acknowledging?
I think we're acknowledging the representation of motherhood and the mothers and motherhood, not just in what it's supposed to be, not just, hey, good morning, Zaza, what's happening, and what it's supposed to be from the positive perspective. We're not going to acknowledge the abusive mothers.
Why?
We're not going to acknowledge those mothers who abandon their children.
Why? They're mothers.
They're mothers. Only because they gave birth, but being a mother.
Ooh, okay. Here we go. Now, what is being a mother?
Being a mother and involved in motherhood.
But
you got to be.
So let's
talk about
willing
that. To put that time in.
But okay, so now what we're saying. So now, what is being a mother? Because now back to what the person in the thread said, and I agree with them.
Right.
That it is a label given, right?
It's a title earned.
A title earned.
That's right.
Right. Only for women. Right?
No,
that's what
for
you
men,
said.
of course.
Men
gonna earn their titles as fathers. I'm never trying to get the title as mom. That's never my role.
No.
Okay.
So I'm asking.
Okay.
Like, I understand the label that's there.
I'm sorry. Let me tone it down. I got emotional.
But no, you want my tissue? No, you can't have that tissue. I'm blowing my nose down.
Yeah.
But
yeah, thank you. That won't look good. That won't look good.
No, not.
But good luck.
But I guess what I'm getting at, and it's semantics, but I really want people to think about it for a second. The same way we play semantics, they do matter.
Okay.
But the same way we play semantics, I think, with everything else, right? Race and gender and other. I'm really asking the question: when you go to celebrate Mother's Day, are you celebrating her, or are you celebrating what is the word I'm looking for? The construct of what that person, or is it only the construct of what that woman should be doing?
I think you're celebrating the person, individuals themselves.
Well, no, but say the lady. Say the lady though, not the See, because once you say the person, now you take it out of gender. So now be specific, because on Mother's Day you're not celebrating a person, right? I'm saying celebrate the person who does something. You're saying celebrate the woman.
You're celebrating the woman who embraces what motherhood is all about. The spirit of motherhood. That's what I think we're celebrating. Out here, and look, we need them and we love them.
Sure, we do.
And thank you for them. You know, there's some great ones out here, and you know, just as the great dads, and we're going to talk about the great dads come June, and I know our best to get something come June.
Wait a minute, best to get something.
Okay, that was my grammar, Ariane. My bad. I'll get back to it, people.
One more again.
I'll get back to it. I'm gonna get back to it.
Did I use that in context?
You used it in proper context. See, now you got your bro code. Okay, so. Yeah, so it's a whole lot of different things going on here because society's changed and our societal definitions change too. That's why when I heard this thing with, I'm sorry, I have an issue with calling Bruce Caitlyn. I'm gonna get there. I'm not there yet with you, but the person that we call Caitlyn now, you getting me a pet rock? I'm gonna hurt you, Des. Hey, Thaisa, good morning. Thanks for joining the feed. So, yeah, there's so many different things. You know, do we acknowledge and does Caitlyn Jenner or Bruce Jenner deserve the accolades on Mother's Day?
Well, who determines that, though?
Well, no, this is a question to the audience. I'd like to hear somebody else's feed other than just myself. I mean,
Caitlyn's not their mother.
Because I talk to myself in my head all the time.
Somebody else if somebody else's mother deserves something?
Well, I mean, you know, right now I don't have the Kardashians' phone number on the phone.
Anybody got that number?
Anybody? Yo, I don't want to see. I know where you.
I'm not asking Felicia.
You gonna go ahead. You can get yourself in trouble. Your fiance gonna kill you. You go ahead
for calling the Kardashians.
You go ahead and call up Kim because them Kardashians be out there killing people. Look what happened to all the men they date. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They all end up
just for a phone call, right?
I ain't messing with none of them. Oh
man.
So yeah, and Zaza said that she believes that their children still refer to him as their father.
Really?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you know, and it should be. Okay, I'm not going to go. But for me, okay, but see, the other thing is, are we acknowledging just any woman out there who has a child? Are we acknowledging all the good, all the women out there?
I think you hit it.
What? Go ahead.
Because what you said was this, right? And so I'm clear on this.
Okay.
That Mother's Day is celebrating women who embrace, right? That's what you said.
Exactly.
Who embrace this, you know,
who embody that spirit of motherhood.
Right. See, look at all the hugs and loves,
all the loves and
stuff
and love that's coming across the screen.
So that's what Mother's Day is.
That's what it is.
Got it.
Thank you for the love, people. See,
now understanding that,
okay,
maybe we can bring this full circle.
Okay.
Because then it's not about my mother.
Right.
Or my grandmother, or my mother-in-law, right? It's about the celebration of any woman.
Absolutely.
So wait. So now
everybody
my boo, my side piece, if my side piece embraces the very embodiment of all of that, why am I excluding her?
I hope your fiance not listening to me.
No. Well, I'm not saying my boo in particular.
Because you know, look, I don't want to be the guy caught in the middle between the bullet and his fiance. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna say that on the air right now. If you plan on coming up in here and handling your business, please let me know. I want to duck, get out the way. I'm just letting you know. I don't think he really has a side piece.
No, I don't.
He's just using. Thank you.
No, I don't.
Just for clarification, because look, innocent people get shot all the time.
They do.
I'm not trying to go there. Okay.
And then sometimes not the person who they were aiming at.
Exactly. I'm not trying to be that guy. You know, I'm trying to duck. I'd be like the Matrix up in here. Watch me, y'all. I will be, whoa. But, yeah, the spirit of motherhood, man. Don't we? Hey, Adrian, I'm not going to read your stuff no more. You talking, you ain't going to get me in trouble on this here. But, it's a day. I know what you meant to say. It's okay, Keith. I'm gonna fix your grammatical errors there. My favorite actor, Arnold. It's a day a mother is honored by her children. Now, is it by children only, Keith?
What?
Is it children only? Is that what we're saying?
We're saying. I think that.
No, that's what we're saying. Keith in the feed is like honored by the mother. Now, are we saying the children only? I mean, like, of course, if your children are young, we're gonna assist and we're gonna go to the store with your child. At least we should, I feel. Go to your store and get yourself one of those cards and flowers or whatever with your child, and you give it to your child to give it to mama so they can learn and understand what that day is about and teach them how to celebrate and honor mom. That's what I think we should be doing. As fathers and as parents, I think we should be doing that. And as adults, if we have more adult children, it should be like, yo, you better be getting your mama something. I know it's you old enough, go handle your business. It ain't me. I'm not taking you to the store. Now, I taught you how to go to the store, and I showed you what to do, and you see what daddy do, with his mama and with his grandmama. You best to go handle your business with your mama, and you better make sure you get grandma something too. You best to make sure. Did I say best? I'm in the zone. I'm gonna go with that. You best to make sure you give grandmama something too, and all that stuff.
Oh, wait! We got another call. We got another number.
We have another number.
Yeah, and they're waiting for us to call. Actually.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna try to do this.
We're multitasking this morning. It's multitask Thursday.
It's multitask Thursday. It's wrap up Friday.
Wrap up Fridays.
Wellness Wednesday. So we're gonna try Wisniewski again. So you want to dial this number?
Go ahead, give me the number. I got you.
732 432 8460.
That sounds like a familiar number we kind of dialed already, but let's see what happened.
We're gonna ask for Adam.
You ask for Adam?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
it's gonna ring.
It's gonna ring.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are a full-service radio station. I just let y'all know.
Wisniewski's office. This is Adam.
Hey, Adam, we were just calling for you.
We were just calling for you, Adam. This is the Eric Dawson Radio Show, 94.3 FM. You're live on air. How are you? Adam? Did Adam faint?
Did you faint, Adam?
I'm trying to figure out who this is.
Yeah, Adam. We were told to ask for you.
No, this is not a prank. This is Eric Dawson. I'm calling from the Eric Dawson Radio Show on 94.3 FM here in New Jersey.
And this is his co-host, Ian Burrows.
And we're calling to try to see if we could either speak with Mr. Wisniewski, or if we can get him on our show so that he can talk to our listeners about what he wants to do if elected governor of this great state of New Jersey.
Because we missed the debates. A lot of our listeners didn't know about any particular debate.
And they've been asking us to call all of the candidates to see if we can get them on this platform.
So we're just being an equal opportunity provider to our audience because we want to help assist in creating a well-informed body of people, voters, and the only way they can be well-informed if they get to listen to Mr. Wisniewski and others. Wisniewski. I'm sorry. I'm screwing everybody's name up.
Adam?
And we were told to ask for you, Adam.
Yes. Would you hold, please?
Absolutely.
Oh. We may actually get this happening, guys.
We may make this happen, y'all, live on the radio.
But see, this is what we call bridging the gap.
Bridging the gap between
the informed and the uninformed.
That's right. We got to do that. Brother Prescott, most
you have to stop asking for permission.
And
you have to go and grab the bull by the horns.
That's right. We're going to bring the candidate to you.
Because what I want to say is this, and this is we're having fun here, kind of.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is this: for those of you who don't know Mr. Wisniewski's platform, who haven't had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Wisniewski, here's a guy who's saying that he wants to be the governor, the next governor.
To represent everybody in the state.
To represent everybody in the state. And I think that you have a right to demand that he come before you and talk to you specifically about what his platform is and what it is that he plans to do specifically for you.
I'd want to know.
I think that you have a right to that.
I don't want to go to the booth and look at names and go, I don't know any of these people.
So let's hope he gets on the line.
I don't know what
that would be fantastic.
I'd like to go to the booth.
And I think that it would,
This is Tim O'Donovan, his chief of staff.
Good morning, Tim. How you doing?
Hey, how are you, man? I was just saying to our listeners that we created this platform, Tim, to be able to bridge the gap between elected officials and those, especially in the urban communities, because that's the audience that we serve the most, and to help provide information that empowers them to make smart decisions. We read that there was a debate. A lot of listeners didn't get to go. I didn't know about the debate myself and read about it in the newspaper this morning. and just wanted to be able to offer this platform as one that Mr. Wisniewski can use to speak directly to our audience.
Exactly. So he can introduce
himself.
himself.
Like a great opportunity. Unfortunately, the assemblyman isn't in the legislative office.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I can try and locate him for you if.
Okay, so we're on until 12 noon today, and I'm on 5 days a week. So I'll give you my number at the radio station. It's 973 457 8000.
8000.
And if Mr. Wisniewski calls any day, I mean, we'd love him to call today, but if he calls any day, Monday through Friday, between the hours of, say, 10:15 and say, 11:30, I'll answer the call, and we'll bring him live on.
Yeah, what we're just doing.
Great.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry, I missed your name and the station.
So the station is 94.3 Splash Radio. It's on FM dial. And my name is Eric Dawson. It is the Eric Dawson Radio Show, and I'm here with my co-host, Ian Burrows.
Okay, Eric. And just let you know before I try and locate the assemblyman for you, that there is another debate tonight as well.
Oh, see, I'm
that's
glad.
Good information. See,
would you please provide that information for our listeners?
Give it to our listeners.
Sure. There's a debate tonight. It's sponsored by NJTV. It's in the NJTV studios in Newark at the Gateway Complex. I know that the Democratic debate starts at 8 o'clock. I believe the Republican debate starts at 6:30, and both will be broadcast on NJTV.
Oh, excellent. And now, is there any way to get a transcript from the debate that occurred on Tuesday? Is there a recording of it, a transcript of it?
I've definitely seen video of it. Stockton State College hosted that debate, and I saw that they had, yesterday at least, they had a video of the entire set of debates, both of the debates, that people could go to their website and log on to watch.
All right. So we'll try to do that, Ian, and we'll make it available, make a link available.
That sounds great.
So I appreciate you answering the call and spending some time with us. And hopefully
No
the assemblyman can give a call.
I hope I can get him for you quick.
All right, very good. Thank
you so much.
Thanks, bye.
See, there we go, listeners.
There we go. That's what we're trying to do.
You ask us, and we put it into action.
Try to get it done.
We put it into action. We're not playing games over here.
What amazing thing it would be if Mr. Wisniewski, I think he should take it seriously. I think every vote
I'm sure he
counts.
is taking it seriously.
And so...
how do you not take it seriously?
Right, so that was one number. We were not able to get Mr. Lesniak.
But I think we got a key person, chief of staff.
Right.
I mean,
we got his chief of staff.
That's his, that's
so
pretty
we got
close.
some more people. Cardano, everybody's got that number. Everybody got Citarelli's number. We do have, wait a minute, somebody put in here. If you could put in there again, people, Phil Murphy's number, we'll be happy to give that office a call as well. I think that we'll kind of get this done.
Yeah, we're not endorsing anybody. Nope. We're just trying to give everybody an opportunity, a platform to speak to the listeners, and our listeners.
The election's less than a month away. And you know, based on all the polling information, whoever wins the Democratic primary, they say is pretty much a shoo-in to become governor. So, you know, I would think that if I were a Republican and I was really serious about trying to win, and you need to be able to reach out to the African American Hispanic community, that you might want to call in.
You might want.
That's what I'm just saying. You might want.
You might want to call in.
Right. So while we're waiting for hopefully Mr. Wisniewski to call in and some other call numbers to come through, here we go. So we got Sarah from Kim Cardano's office. You wanna do that one?
Yeah. Who is that person?
She is the lieutenant governor.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
Lieutenant
she's
governor
running for governor.
Yeah, so
right.
I'm not sure if Christy helped her out too much.
No, I don't think so. So let's dial this number. 862-812-5671.
So, we're waiting to call another potential gubernatorial candidate. Well, another gubernatorial candidate who's looking to represent this state, this great state of New Jersey. Let's see what happens. Do we have a point of contact or just a phone number?
No. Oh, Sarah.
A person named Sarah?
Person named Sarah.
Person named Sarah. Okay.
Let's see what happens with. Wait, what's that? What? There was a song, Sarah, right?
Sarah,
Sarah. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I never went to. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why I never tried.
Hello, Sarah.
It
disconnected. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Call back again, because maybe while you were singing, she answered the phone and then hung up.
And then I would have hung up too.
Call. Yeah,
I would have
probably
hung up
done it
too.
too. So 862-812-5671, and then we won't sing.
Even if people don't know it's a prank, when I've called friends and I started singing, it was an automatic hang up. That's just how it goes. I mean, my voice is in the basement. I know that. Buzzers and Conda know that too.
Do you do karaoke?
No.
Hello, this is Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. How you doing?
Sarah?
Good. Hi, this is Sarah.
Hi,
Yeah.
Sarah. My name is Eric Dawson. I'm calling you live from the Eric Dawson radio show at 94.3 FM. How are you? This is not a prank.
This is not a prank. This is his co-host, Ian Burrows. Good morning.
And this is my co-host, Ian Burrows. So we're actually broadcasting live. We'll be on for the next hour. I broadcast live every day from 10 to 12. And we reach about 14 cities throughout Essex County and beyond. We also Facebook Live broadcast our show. Many of our listeners have found out that there were debates that have gone on. We realize this is a debate tonight, too. But they have not had an opportunity to really hear from the Lieutenant Governor about, Sarah hung up.
Well, there you go. So that's one we're not going to listen to. Apparently.
So I just want to let you know, David, thank you for the number.
We gave an opportunity.
We gave her an opportunity. And maybe she really thought it was a prank phone call. So off air, I'm going to call her, and I'm going to let her know that we'll try to call again tomorrow.
Right. We're going to try again tomorrow. So, I don't know what to say to that one. The first one I get, but if she heard me singing and she disconnected, but, the second one, after we introduced myself. But, going back to the Mother's Day thing, we kind of touched on that, and we touched on a few things related to that. The other thing I'd like to...
I don't know who this one is. Mark Zena, Democrat? I don't know who that is, Cassandra.
Yeah, we don't know a lot of these folks. Okay. So.
But what were you saying? I'm sorry.
There's a couple of other issues that's been going on. There's been a couple of videos put up with our youth. We have older people either maybe addressing them, and they feel the need, with folks. And I've actually was on a debate. It was a one video. I'm gonna tag you in on that now.
But as you pull it up, but do you remember a few months ago, I spoke about, maybe a month and a half ago, I spoke about this 71-year-old woman in New York who was exiting a subway car, and a young kid, 4 years old or 5 years old, was trying to push his way past her, almost knocked her down. The 71-year-old woman looked at the mom and said to her, your child has to learn patience. And then the mom began to beat the senior citizen woman with her own cane. So she took the cane. She took the cane from the 71-year-old woman, and she beat her with the cane. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Right. And so now you have this 4-year-old who's watching this. Right. And so when we look and say, well, our youth are being violent. Minister Ellis put a post. He made a post a couple days ago. He said to another post that I shared, where a teacher indicated, and I remember this, said when we were kids, we fought differently, right? You'd have a fight with somebody, and you'd get on top of them, and then the crowd would, you'd have some sensible people in the crowd who would pull you off. Right. And then now the person who was on the bottom, they realized that they lost. They didn't want anymore. They just kind of gave up. The fight was over. Right? Or if they, felt like, what, let's give it another go, they put their hands up and you went at it again.
Right.
But in this particular instance, this teacher was trying to break up the fight, and the kid was on the ground, and the other kid began to stomp the kid in the head, and the crowd was jeering the kid on to stomp him in the head for bloodletting. And so when you see this, and Minister Ellis came in the thread and he said, you know, our kids see violence, so they become violent. And so when this 4-year-old saw his mother become violent toward a 71-year-old, what do you think that 4-year-old is going to become?
Exactly. And you know what? I was in a feed. Lexi was in the same feed that I was in, and the one I'm going to tag you in now, with this. It was an older lady.
You're tagging me?
Yeah, I'm going to tag you in now. It was an older lady in the pool, in this community pool, and she approached a bunch of young kids. They were playing. They were, enjoying themselves. It was loud. And she happened to be the person in charge within that community. I guess she was the representative. And with, I don't know if it's a gated community, what have you. And they were complaining to her, and they were asking for quiet. So she approached them about that. And what happened thereafter, and we can play the audio aspect of it on the air, you can play the video or through it. I just tagged you in it just now. I mentioned it to you. You should see that through your Facebook. Is that people were video recording it, and it was you started with a young lady who said, "Throw her in the pool, throw her in the pool," and everybody started egging it on. And then there was a gentleman who attempted to pick her up and slipped on his way to the pool. They both slammed to the ground, and then he picked her up again by the shirt and the leg and walked her to the pool and threw her in. And the problem I have is just the same, similar to what you described, when children are being corrected, when they're receiving instruction, or at least somebody's admonishing them in some kind of way, they feel they don't have, that they don't need to listen to any of that, and their response is violent in nature and or disrespectful. And what you described, and in my feed, surprisingly, in my feed, I was arguing with adults who were blaming the victim. She shouldn't have gone there. That was the response. She shouldn't have gone over there to speak to them. She shouldn't have said nothing. She should have just called the police. And then my response to the people is, well, why? See, that's a problem that I have, is taking that route, because some people who take that route, when I've seen and had arguments with people about this, they took the route. Why did they have to go call the police? Why didn't they just talk to the people directly and ask them to do so and so? I've seen that.
Yeah,
so,
but you know
what? Why are you taking that route? And the problem is, all right, let's say if she had gone that route, and she did that, and something, for whatever reason, now it gets escalated and something else happens, some people would be out there to directly,
so here's the question
or
I want to
indirectly blame the woman for making the phone call. So it's like, what?
So here's the question I want to ask.
Please.
Well, I just posted the video in the thread. Do you want me to? Do you want to hear? I mean, does it make sense to play it?
Well, if you play the audio, people can hear it.
I mean, is it just a bunch of screaming and hollering?
I mean, but just to start out, if you want to, because it'll put it in context.
Okay,
I mean,
so I'll start
describe
playing a little bit of it, and then we'll see if it makes sense.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Now this time, the older lady is talking to the kids about turning the music down.
So now guy picks her up, body slams her.
Well, he didn't purposely body slam her, he slipped.
Okay.
And what he was wearing.
And now he's dragging her to the pool.
Dragging her to the pool.
And throws her in, and the whole crowd is yelling and screaming.
And they're embracing it.
Okay. So, got it.
So, that, now in Mike feed.
So now who's the woman? She's a neighbor?
Obviously, if you're coming in, she's a neighbor within that community. That was a community pool. Whether it was a gated community or whatever.
So
it was a community pool.
So I want to ask the question.
And she was one of the community leaders who was asked by the neighbors because there was so much noise according to them, blah, blah, blah. And,
So they sent her over instead of them going over because they probably knew it was going to happen.
They asked the leader to go over there and communicate with them and ask them to, hey, can y'all, just turn it down a little bit. I know you're having fun, blah, blah. She's talking to them. Their response.
Right. So the question I want to ask
she's
is
having
this.
a verbal conversation, and it turned to them. Why did they feel that they had the authority, just the nerve to say, I'm going to. I never was raised in such a way or thought it was ever okay then nor now that I could feel, that I can respond to an older person in that fashion. I never was. You can't talk back to them, much less put your hands on them. Right. What? That's
okay. I want to ask this question.
Please do.
The question I want to ask is this: how many of you, if you see a group of out of control young adults?
They weren't out of control. They were in a controlled environment. They were at a pool, a community pool site, having fun at a pool.
Right. Okay. So how many of you would, if you saw a group of young adults, a pack, I'm going to call them a pack of young adults, would go over to them to correct their behavior? How many would do that? How many would go over to a pack of young adults? I mean, because I want you to understand, right? Think about this, Ian. How many times you've been in a movie theater, right? Mm-hmm. And a person has their phone or somebody's talking, and you ask them to be quiet, and what do you get back from them, right? You get back, I paid my money. Who you telling to be quiet? So if you've experienced that in the past with one person, a one-on-one confrontation or a conversation or discussion or moment of trying to correct them, when you walk into an environment where you see a pack, and I'm not even talking about, because I didn't talk to you about whether they were black or white or any of that. I'm just saying a pack of young adults.
Okay. And what's the question?
I want to ask these folks, how many of you would go over to correct their behavior? And would you go to correct their behavior?
I would. And this is my thing is, one, no adult, especially a member of our seasoned citizens, our more senior adults, should ever be concerned with a violent response from young people. That should never be a concern, because they should know, and it should be understood within our community, that they automatically get respect. If an old man comes up and just starts cursing at me at the blue, I'm going to ignore him and walk away. I'm not coming at him in no kind of way. That's a senior member of our community.
But is that what exists in our society right now?
This person did not approach them in that manner.
No, but
she was a member of the community.
Right, I understand that. But my question to you is this. The utopia that you just described is not what exists.
Right. And somebody in the feed says, mind your business. No, people, it takes a community. It takes a village to raise a child. That's what we say. So we have to accept constructive criticism or correctness from people of the community. You can't have it both ways. Yes, good morning, caller.
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Mr. Dawson. I sent you a text message, a message about getting voter registration at the free concerts that they have in the parks throughout the local parks throughout the summer.
Oh, you know what? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We're on the radio live. What were you saying?
I sent you a text message about getting voter registration during a free concert that they have in the parks throughout the summer. Do you think that's a good idea to boost?
Well, I think so. So you're talking about the Lincoln Park Festival?
Yeah, Lincoln Park.
Mm-hmm.
I just found out there's going to be a festival in Hoboken, and on the 18th, so they're expecting a big crowd out there.
Right.
All right, so we'll post it. We'll post that.
So I think that what can happen is this. I think that it is always good to register people to vote, and I think that since we know that the folks who are in charge, right, the elected or selected leaders are not necessarily interested in doing that, what you're going to have to do is pull together a group of people who can work with you to organize that. I'm happy to help you figure that out. I did get your message, but as you can imagine, I get a ton of them. So do me a favor, inbox me again, and I'll give you a call today when we're off the air, and we'll talk about the logistics of doing something like that. But I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for the call.
Bye.
All right, so back to the topic. So this is the thing, is that, someone's asking what is the topic. We're talking about the fact that, one of the videos that we posted, that we will post, actually, I'm going to make a copy and post it on my feed.
Yeah, Brenda says it's not like that anymore, Ian. Those days that you're talking about, dude, are long gone. You'll walk up on some young kids, man, and you'll try to correct their behavior. There are a couple things. You don't know if they're on drugs, consider all the drugs that they use now. Dude, I was listening to the news today.
They've had drugs back in the day too. You can't. Look, this is my thing. We just not too long ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago, we applauded a young gentleman. Y'all remember this too? A young gentleman. There was a fight and it went viral, and he was acknowledging by the people. I think it was Atlantic City governor acknowledged him as well. They were two young men about to have a fight in one of those another world star moment, right? And the young man saw this, a young adult saw this and walked up to these kids and corrected them and told them how foolish they were and gave them another direction that they should take regarding their beef. And it ended in a proper way. They listened to him. They didn't continue to fight. He actually made them shake hands as well, and all that. And everybody applauded that, the fact that he had the courage and the right and the mindfulness to go ahead and approach this. Right? And everybody applauded that. Now, regardless of the fact, we have an older lady in this particular case who approached these young kids. One, she's older, a seasoned citizen age. Two, she's a woman. She posed no threat in any kind of manner. There was no need to respond physically. There was no need to respond violently.
Right, but we understand.
That's an assault on the woman.
But we got that. So what I want to do is I want to welcome Council President Ted Green in.
Welcome.
From East Orange. Welcome.
From East Orange.
Thank you.
So I want to just spend a couple minutes wrapping this up.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. And then, get your input on this as well.
I want to get his input on it. Do you know the video that we're talking about?
Yeah,
there was a pool party or something, and the woman went over and I guess asked them to quiet down, and then they picked her up and threw her in the pool.
Right.
So the question that I ask is this: in this day and age, understanding the kinds of things that go on, would you recommend that an adult go over and handle that themselves, or call law enforcement, or do something like that? How would you?
And before you answer that, this is my thing, because the beginning of his question, would you recommend an adult go over there and speak to them? But the other thing is, do you also take into consideration all the issues that we had in policing in our community before saying, or call the police? Because...
Well, let him answer the question.
I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, so,
well, first thing, good morning.
Good morning.
How you, everybody?
Thank you very much, man. I'm very happy to be here.
I'm glad you made it.
And listen, definitely had heard about the incident with the elderly lady, the adult. We are living in a different time, man. And it's a catch-22 because there has been a lot of things that happen with our police officers, men and women. And then again, we are seeing quite a few things throughout, the tri-state, the metropolitan state, even locally, where young people are engaging in activities where, we would not have done any of those things coming up as young men. So, sometimes you have to do a judgment call. You may know the young people, but because of the temperament of our young people and the cultural settings, you might have to just call the police, man. You might have to say, listen, let me allow the police department and men in blue and women go and handle this. And then it's a judgment call when they get there, what can be the reaction. But again, sometimes, man, we just have to make a judgment call. I think it was totally wrong for what they done. I think that she should have, but, who are we to say? She may have took upon herself to say she thought she knew these kids, she knew the environment, she can go over there and talk to the kids, but that wasn't the case, and wound up getting thrown in the pool. So it's a judgment call.
Yeah, and with that, and thank you for your response and opinion on that. My issue is this, and I just spoke about this not too long ago. Hey, good morning, Rosalind. Thanks for joining us. And please call in, Rosalind, in regards to that. 973.
Well, I want to wrap this up because I want to get to the councilman.
Absolutely.
And talk about
so, my thing is, and I just called upon this not too long ago. We were dealing with Education Week and all that. And I made a call to arms to men in our community to step up and stand up and get involved into our communities. And I'm saying the same to our adults, period. We cannot stand idly by and allow this to happen. We cannot embrace the coward's approach and just letting somebody else handle the business for us. In my opinion, it's the coward's approach. We should have the courage to approach and talk. I have no problem with talking to anybody. I have no problem with, I shouldn't have fear with talking to especially my own people, okay? I have no problems with that. And my thing is, and the problem we're having and what we've all witnessed is that some of our young adults who are parents don't have the foundation that they should have in raising their children. They're raising them incorrectly.
Right.
Whereas,
But then we need to have that discussion, right? So to have the discussion about what shouldn't be and what should be, we can do that for the next 4 hours. But yesterday I had Dr. Griffith on, who talked about a program that they're doing in Irvington and working specifically with the schools in Irvington to bridge the gap between the senior citizens and the students and the young people in the community. So that's actually doing something. But until you change the culture, you can't ignore the culture and simply say, you know what? I understand that these kids are high on K-12. We got an opium epidemic. I was reading a report today where kids buy great numbers of shoplifting vanilla extract from the supermarkets because it's got 35% alcohol in it. So you have no idea what you're walking up to. And I understand theoretically, and you say, hey, we should be able to do that. But you have no idea, and you may be very well putting yourself in harm's way. And so if the idea is to mitigate the circumstance and to protect yourself and protect them. Because, look, I don't want to walk up on some young Thundercat who thinks that he could take me, and I wind up having a body slam. Now we got a bigger incident, right? So instead of getting to that, I look, and I think, like the councilman said, assess the situation. If I think that I know him, or I think that I might be able to, but be very, very cautious about it.
Yes.
I don't say that you toss them aside. That's not where I think that we are. I think you want to make a decision that is going to leave everybody in the best and safest situation afterwards you can.
Yeah.
Well, and
I agree with that.
And all right, well, you're here,
so man, how's the campaign trail going?
Oh man, it's going wonderful, man. We out every day.
Well, let's say you're running for mayor.
Running for mayor, that's right. We in it to win it, man. But we are really out, man. And Eric, what's so interested about this campaign?
And when's the election?
June 6th.
June 6th.
Tuesday,
okay.
June 6th. What's so interesting about the election this year, man, is that walking, man, honestly gives you an opportunity, man, just to really see what's on people's mind, man. And I'm out every morning at the schools, every afternoon in the business districts, every evening in the different wards. And be honest with you, running citywide, man, has given me a different perspective about what people feeling is in East Orange, man. And to walk in the different wards just to hear some of the concerns, some of the needs, some of the issues, I'm very grateful, man, really, that I have been given this opportunity because it really gave me a whole perspective on what government should be about.
Now, you talking to everybody?
I am talking to every door I knock on, man.
Okay.
They're coming out. It's
You're burning some calories, huh?
A whole lot, man. I lost a lot of weight, man.
It looked like
you see, I got my protein shake with me, man.
I see you, man.
Yeah. But it's interesting, man, because just recently, man, I met a lady. She didn't know me because I was the councilman in the 3rd Ward, you know. And she told me some things that she want done in the city. And I asked her, I said, listen, this campaign is clearly this. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the solutions, but I want you to be involved. I want you to be a part of what we're doing in this city of East Orange and moving this city forward. And I invited her just to one meeting. She showed up. It was several people that took that initiative, man. And this is what she said. She said, Ted, nobody never asked me to be a part of anything.
But that's why I'm asking if you're talking to everybody, because you know that I've been in the election space for a long time, right? And typically what happens is when we run elections, we target the areas that we're going to go in. We target the addresses that we're going to talk to. And so there's a whole group of people who are left out. And they'll come to you later on and say, nobody ever talked to me.
I'm knocking on every door. Even if they are not on that precinct sheet, I just feel that they are part of this community.
Because, I was going to get on you if you didn't. I mean, because that's exactly how we are, man.
Listen, we've been out days where maybe it's only 1 or 2 individuals on the precinct sheet. What I do, I said, nope, I'm going to knock on this door, I'm going to knock on that door. Because guess what? I'm starting to see people really starting to feel that, you know what, you came to my door just to introduce yourself, tell me who you are. You know what? I want to come out and help. And not only that, you'll find quite a few people who just were so disenfranchised with the process of government and politics, they didn't want to vote anymore.
But that's why.
Well, I don't want that.
When my brother ran in, and Ian, I didn't know Ian knew my brother, Darren. But
and it was actually on the footwork, doing the footwork
right.
with him.
And so now, when you guys were doing that in 2010, Ian, right? Because I want people to understand. I try to speak the truth. Darren tried to knock on every single door in the Central Ward. And he went to areas where politicians who had been Central Ward Council people before had never gone. And those folks said nobody ever came here.
That's right. Well, listen, my goal is this, man.
We have to educate all of our residents.
Man. Everybody. And what we're seeing, man, when we getting into these apartment buildings, man, and knocking on the doors where people, you didn't even know they was there, man. And this election has really engaged me even more ever, man, that I have to step up my game when it comes to really reaching out, man.
There we go. And that is the thing. And tell me what you think about this, Ian, because I think that politicians in general, they look and they're not prepared to step up. So they say, if I just work within my comfort zone, within these few doors that are on my walk sheet, then I don't have to do any more. But when you go knock on a door that's never been knocked on before, that's an unknown. You don't know what that constituent may want.
No doubt.
You don't know anything about them, but you have to be prepared to answer the call when they answer their door.
I agree with you 100%, man. And that's why I said, man, this election here is totally different from when I ran as a city council in a 3rd Ward in one area of the city.
Right.
And I'm enjoying it, man. I am enjoying really, man, honestly. And I'm saying this in front of both of you.
And you didn't realize how big it was, right?
I didn't realize it,
You realize how big the city was, right?
And it's big. But not only that, man, the people that are here, man, that really appreciate Ted Green knocking on the door, 6 o'clock. Hey, sir, how you doing? And really standing outside, man, engaging with people. I'm not rushing people. I'm not trying to get to the next door. And I tell people, if it take me 10 minutes, 20 minutes to talk to this guy or this lady, I'm going to do it. Right. And I have been back. I'm on my 3rd time around already.
That's what's up, man. And you putting the time in.
And committed.
There's a few issues, and I just want to weigh in and see what your opinion or your approach. One of the things, and we had another person who's actually running for a council seat was bringing up about as far as the parking issue on the street parking.
We're hearing that.
And I'm curious to see, what your opinion or approach may be with dealing with that? Because obviously it's a revenue stream and things of that nature. And how do you counter that? You know, do you have anything in plan?
Oh, without a doubt. Listen, we have been walking, man, and the number one concern, believe it or not, parking is one of them, but public safety is a big concern for people in the city of East Orange. Even though we have a 70% crime reduction, we have seen crime kind of push up a little bit. And when you go around speaking to people, and it's not the hard crime, again, as y'all was speaking about the young people, that's the number one thing, man. The second thing is basically economic development, man. Because we basically did a study and looked at folks, what are they concerned? And the second thing was parking. And let me just say this. It's not a tenant throughout the city that we knock on the door. First thing come up, Councilman Green, listen, what are we going to do about this parking? And we took a strong initiative, man, when I first came on council in 2008.
Been that long?
Well, I got on council 2006, but the concern came when folks on South Clinton, over there on Summit, they was complaining about parking.
Okay.
And what we did community meetings. We drew people in. We wanted to get a sense of who needed the parking. Because you gotta. Everybody didn't want it. Like on my block, they did not want overnight parking, so we didn't do it because we got driveways. But there are more people driving, and people have a concern because it is a true fact that what people are saying that I'm bad enough I'm paying high rents, I gotta still pay for parking ticket. My wife drive and I drive. I'm gonna tell you what we're doing is strategically we're going to go over. We're going to go back to the drawing board. We're going to look at what we have out there, and we're going to assess this thing when it comes to parking collectively.
Okay.
And as the mayor of the city of East Orange, I'm going to look at it along with my council members. We have to help our residents, man. We have to.
You know, one of my brothers just on my feed just mentioned that you are Prince Hall.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Tire 29. All right.
A tire from my man from Tire, my man.
Yeah. Ain't active as I used to be, but
that's my classmate. Your current worst is my classmate.
Okay.
And he's on my feed, and I'm with Samson 66. So,
okay. Oh, Samson, there with what's the brother from Newark?
Sure, we got plenty. But go ahead. Let's get back.
Yes, sir.
So we have so we family.
So you're gonna work on trying to figure out
the parking situation, without a doubt.
Now, previous administrations have talked about working on the parking stuff, but it hasn't gotten done. What's going to be different for a Green administration in terms of pushing forward with this initiative?
So listen, and that is the sentiment out there. You know, I always tell folks that.
Right, they say I heard it before.
And I say to them, you know what? Just give me an opportunity. Give me the same opportunity that folks have given me when I became council, and that I went into that ward and I set initiatives, and I never stopped yet. Rolling up my sleeve to come up with ideas and come up with solutions in that ward. And I'm taking that citywide. I'm taking the same energy. I'm taking the same dedication. I'm going to meet with the folks. We're going to meet with the community. We're going to come up with a strategic strategy and making sure that we address this parking situation.
Now, I'm going to let you read this and see if you want to comment on that post. And if you do, we can move to that and you can talk about it. But we had another gentleman on, Kofani, I believe his name is. He's running for council. I did not realize that there was a rodent issue in East Orange.
Oh, yeah. Listen, it's not only East Orange, man. You know, I think that when folks
when I talked to Dr. Griffiths, she said in Irvington as
also,
well,
right.
And I know it is in Newark.
In Orange,
right.
And listen,
but for whatever reason, I just didn't think East Orange had a rodent issue.
Oh, no, man, listen, man.
Do I need to play Ben again?
Well,
no, you don't need to play Ben.
I mean, I played Ben the last time. I don't know if you caught the show. We played Ben, Michael Jackson's Ben. So, I mean,
no, don't play Ben, man. Don't play Ben.
No. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
You may want to play Jay-Z. Let me introduce myself, you know.
Okay.
You know, but listen, we do have that problem here. And the council and our health department, we are trying to take steps and trying to find ways to eliminate the rodent problem. But guess what? the community play a part in that, man. Residents play a part. Tenants play a part. Business owners play a part. We got to make sure that they're putting the garbage in the daggone garbage cans, putting lids on it, not just sitting the garbage out with food where they feed off. So we all play. I'm not blaming. I'm not going to be one of those mayors who blame.
You're not going to do that? Okay.
Nah, we all play a role. And yes, we do have a problem. But I tell you this, we are working very hard here in the city of East Orange trying to abate it. When we have demolition, there's by law that the contractor have to abate the property. That's by law, and it's in the ordinance. What we're starting to see when you ride around East Orange and look at the garbage, how people put it on the side of the house, no garbage can, no lid. And guess what? That feeds and harvests rodents and rats.
So are you enforcing the ordinance and finding the people?
Without a doubt. Property maintenance have been doing an outstanding job. But then we have to also educate, Eric. You know, a lot of times, man, East Orange is a very diverse community.
Somebody needs to educate you to put your
garbage away. Well, honestly, what I found out when, you know, we're a very diverse community, and certain things that people don't realize that they're doing, they do it. So guess what? Sometimes we have to get out and put these shoes on and walk back in our communities with some literature. Or in those meetings, constantly drive that it's important that you, the landlord, garbage cans, lids. So we have to be the working project too, man, to help in that situation.
I mean, if they don't know automatically to throw their garbage away, they darn sure are not going to read no literature. That's going to be contributed with more literature.
Well, guess what, man? Under my leadership, man, you know, we're gonna bring the information, man, because we can't make excuses for people anymore. You know, we can't make excuses that you didn't get the information. We're gonna hold landlords accountable when tenants go in their buildings, because they should get this book called Tenant and Landlord Rights, right? In that manual, it tells the tenants their responsibility. But you know what we get into sometime in our community, man, and I see it all the time. Some tenants, it's not a lot. Well, it ain't my property. I let the landlord do it. No, we all share in keeping East Orange clean, bro. We all share that.
Well, I mean, it's not your property, but it's your community.
There you go.
Right, and I think people lost sight of that. Now, when I had Dr. Griffith on, and I had Jamel Holly on as well, and we were talking about all those kinds of things, and he said that in Irvington, they're working on putting together a clean campaign, right? A neighborhood clean campaign. And my suggestion to him, and I also made that suggestion to some folks down in Newark, and I'll make it to you, you know, as a current chairman of the council and candidate for the mayor's office. There was a very successful ad campaign done back when we were kids.
Yep.
It was with that Native American. Well, he wasn't really, and I keep telling people he wasn't Native American. He was Italian.
Yes,
he was an Italian dude, right?
You know.
Yeah, I know. He's an Italian dude. They disrespected the Native American, couldn't get one and pay him
with the tier.
With the tier, but it was a very effective campaign. And what it did was, well, I'm not going to go into what it did. I'll repost it in this thread. I posted it yesterday. But what they were able to do was capture the mindset and get everybody involved. I would, if I were you guys, look to re-engineer that. And not only do it, Councilman, from a city level, but try to engage the county executive as well, because these communities, a lot of the people are transient, right? They'll bounce from Newark to Irvington, from Irvington to East Orange, from Orange back to Newark, and so you can make the larger community one that they embrace.
And listen, I agree with that. I agree, but East Orange do have what we call clean and green. We have a clean and green center on Elmwood Avenue in the city of East Orange.
Okay.
And with that clean and green center, individuals from landlords to tenants, they're able to go over there and get tools to do things around their garden, around their house. Yes, we have to take a probably a different approach if it's not really catching on. We may have to go out again, like I said, in the community, on people's Facebooks. We have to probably do social medias. We might have to come back on the Eric Dawson show make sure people who are listening like this and drive the message how important it is. and we probably have to bring in some more resources. I think that one way to do that, man, is just, this coming up election, man, we are dealing with a gentleman that we think that would be good for the city of East Orange. That's Northern and Phil Murphy, and hopefully from the relationships that we're building with him.
We're trying to get a number to call him. We called Wisniewski on the phone, and we were hoping to get a call back. But we'd like to get somebody to call in. Okay. So maybe if you could, you could help facilitate that. Because I knew there was a debate a couple of days ago. Well, I didn't know. I found out about it.
He had a meet and greet.
No, there was a debate though.
Yeah, you're right.
A couple of days on Tuesday, and there's a debate tonight.
Is it?
Yeah,
local.
Yeah, it's a local debate.
But we found out
because
we found out because we got in touch with one of the other candidates.
Okay.
But
I got my protein.
It's important for these candidates, I think, I would like to think that they would think it was important for them to be before this audience as well.
Without a doubt.
And talk about, why they believe they should be the next governor and how specifically they will address the needs and concerns of these constituents here.
I agree. I agree with that.
Now, the next 10 minutes.
Well, yeah.
I want. Well, you got a question? Because I want to talk to him about the Mother's Day thing.
Yeah, we got to talk about a few other things before you go. But, and I'm definitely, I got your song ready for you to walk on your way out the door so everybody knows that's how it's going down. That we have the one and only Ted Gray in the building. Where he's going to go out Jay-Z style. I'm just letting you know, I'm ready for you. Go ahead.
So we were talking, I want to get your opinion on Mother's Day. It's coming up. You ready?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So now, what does it mean to be ready? We were asking that question. So if you got a girlfriend,
wife.
No, not you. I'm saying
my wife listening.
The proverbial you, not the you Ted to me agreeing. The proverbial you.
Yes,
if a person has a girlfriend, right, or a wife. Now, do you have kids?
Yes.
Okay. So how old are your kids?
31.
Okay. So now here's my question. Oh, so he's perfect. Do you celebrate Mother's Day with her, or do you let your kids take care of their mother on Mother's Day?
Well, actually, man, no, I'm going to say this. My methodology.
No.
Actually, Mother's Day is really meant for me to celebrate with my mother, right?
Okay.
And my kids should be celebrating with their mother. Eric and Saladin should be celebrating with their mother. But the climax that we live in, your wife, because it's Mother's Day as a man, you gotta celebrate Mother's Day, right?
So you were acknowledging her embracement of
being a mother. But my mother, actually, the mother, you're right. Well,
it's either that or the couch, you trying to say? Are you trying to say if you don't?
Listen, on the couch, you're right about that.
Okay.
Because you know what it is? I think that, to me, the really significance of it, and I always have said this, man. I always said this. When Mother's Day came around, Mother's Day is for my mother. Period. And my kids, Mother's Day is for my wife. But we look at it different here in society. Mother's Day, if you're married, you got to take your wife out and your mama and your grandma because it's Mother's Day. But I hear what you're saying, and I get it. I get it.
He gave the very
I don't think answer. That. I think that was a great answer.
He knew. He got home. His wife was gonna be giving him that look like that side eye like.
Hey man, listen.
Go ahead and let Mother's Day come up here if you want to, and not have what you're supposed to have.
Listen, you ain't kidding about that one. But actually, Eric is right.
Special in your
it's
dinner.
Actually, Mother's Day is for your mama.
Period.
For your mother.
Point blank.
But if you're married, have a girlfriend, they do not look at it in that perspective. You are taking care of everybody, bro.
And now, what about Father's Day?
Father's Day, we get Brute and Hello, and they go out, and we ain't getting all this. We ain't getting the flowers. We ain't getting all that. You think about it. Father's Day is not a big holiday, bro.
No,
say Mother's Day,
Yo.
Valentine's Day, with Christmas, and their birthdays, anniversaries, they big.
They killing it.
Oh, they are killing it.
They are killing it.
Hey, man.
But listen, man.
We want the same equal opportunity.
We do. Listen, I want to thank you for coming in.
Yes, sir, man.
I want to thank you for, sharing yourself with us and with the audience, man. And, and I wish you health and wealth.
Thank you,
health and well-being on the campaign trail. And election day is when again?
The election is June the 6th, man. On Tuesday, June the 6th.
Now, you running on do you have a ticket?
Oh, without a doubt. We running on a ticket, man. We running with a gentleman that we believe is going to share in what our belief factors in terms of making sure that we get dollar amounts trickled down to our city. An individual who believe in education, an individual who believe in senior programs and job opportunities. I say that again. Job opportunities is the key in our community. He believed in higher education and funding public schools. And I had long talks with Phil Murphy. He's on the ticket. We had Sheila Oliver, who has been a champion in the state for over 20-some years. Tom Giblin, who has been working with me and sponsoring Young Men into the Union. Ned Gill, who is the Senate, is working hard. And
Tom Giblin's running again?
Tom Giblin's running again. Yes, he is. Neil Gill. We also have Brittany Timberlake, who is running for re-election for the Essex County Board of Freeholders. First Ward, you have Chris James. Second Ward, Councilman Ramon Bullock. Sorry about that. Third Ward, for the first time ever on council, first Haitian American, Bert Linus, who is running, guy who come in with experience. He's the
How big is the Haitian community in East Orange?
We have a pretty decent population here. And I said that earlier because our community is so diverse. But there is a heavy population of Haitians in our community because when we're walking and engaging with people, we are seeing that culture of individuals who are here, own homes, own businesses, and who have really contributed to this community. It's not as big as Irvington. Irvington has the largest population of Haitians. And then you have coming down to the fourth ward, Tashami Cooper, who is no stranger to politics. She brings a host of experience with redevelopment. And then in the fifth ward, Alicia Holman is running for re-election, man. And again, I'm running for the mayorship, and I'm looking forward to really leading the city, man, and bringing some of my ideas and some of my visions to the city.
So we're about a month away. Are there any debates? Have you had any debates? Are there any scheduled?
Well, we had meet and greets, man. I think where I like being around the table with people and having discussions, man. To me, debates are they good. I'm with it. I'm a warrior, man. I can go in the room with folks and have a conversation. But I think that, man, we got to have real talk with people, man. We got to sit and let people really know what our platform, that it ain't no fluff. Even though I'm running with the Democratic Party, but let people know who Ted Green is. Let people know what my sincere is about really moving the city forward. Because, being honest with you, I have been in the forefront. I have been working hard. I have been working with young people, working with seniors. I went to the East Orange Housing Authority, man, when it was a troubled housing authority and they was going to shut it down. Sat on that board, man. Now we are in the black. We took a housing authority that was troubled, got it out of restrictions under HUD, and now we back moving the housing authority forward. Eric, clearly, man, I'm about progress, man. I don't want no more of the smoke screen. I don't want to sit and have these long conversations with folks. I just want to roll up my sleeves and get things done, brother, and bring people on board.
All right. That's it. Any more? You got your song you want to play out?
Wow.
Is that what you trying to do?
Well, you know what? We about to close out.
Yeah, we about to close out, man.
And he earns this. He earned this. Look, I done heard the man speak today. Listen to what he's talking about the platform. And I think he deserves, if anything, to be let out properly. So we're going to have to, hopefully this is the right video.
Uh-oh.
This is a public service announcement sponsored by
Now, there are no curse words in there, is there?
Hold on. Isn't this the one? This the one, right? Allow me to introduce myself.
My name is,
That's the man right here, Ted Green. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Ted Green came up in the building. Just wanted you to know who he is. He's running East Orange Mayor. Election is June 6th.
Tuesday, June 6th.
Tuesday, June 6th. Come out there and do your thing. Letting him out. He gets Jay-Z to take him out, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you,
Thank
man.
you.
Thanks for coming through.
And
yes, sir.
Wish your wife a happy Mother's Day for me. And You know, and you
take her out, right, Eric?
Make sure you take her out, man, because I ain't got no room on my couch.
Ted, I was gonna say, I ain't doing the couch thing, bro.
Nah, man, listen, she's listening too. But let me just say this before, Eric, let me just thank you, man, and your radio talk show. Even when I don't text you, I'm always listening, man.
I check you out, and I appreciate the support,
man. And honestly, man, I am telling everyone, kid you not, like my wife, she's on now. She ain't gonna say it. My wife's very shy, but we all listen, man. And the individuals you've been having on lately, man, I love it, bro.
Beautiful,
love it.
That's what's up.
This is Eric.
This is Ian.
And we're here with Councilman Ted Green.
Ted Green, running for East.
This has been the Eric Dawson Radio
I gotta find a way, man.
It's not just about Eric's opinion. It's about understanding what's really going on.
Tune in Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock a.m.
Just continue to talk about what elected leadership isn't doing without talking about the people who elected the elected leadership and what they're not doing to hold them accountable and or replace them. I think that I'd be doing you a disservice.
But I got to talk to OB because I'm not sure what he's doing here.
Flash Radio.
Yes, y'all. He worked here yesterday, y'all.
She told me come at 11:30.
Randy show from 10 to 12 with no break. He treat me right there. That's my man right there. You see him? He treat me like a runaway slave right there. 2 hours, no break. I can't even run to the bathroom, y'all. I can't even go to the bathroom. Anyway, we're back tomorrow at 10 to 12. Yeah.
She used to wake up at the break of dawn, and in her arms, I fall on and on, on and on, on and on, on and on. I gotta say, I love you, mama. Oh yes, it's true. worth of never. Oh yes, dear mama, words can't express my feelings of joy and happiness for your loving kindness. I'm truly, truly, truly blessed.
Hello?
Papa Daddy was born, still my mama she carried on and on, on and on, on and on, on and on. She used to wake up at the break of dawn.
What do you need me to do?
And in her arms I found on and on, on and on, on and on, on and on. I gotta say,
let's hit it right now.
I love you, female DJs out there. Oh yes, let me tell you something. There's this big controversy right now with this Ishana. And I'm saying, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? This has been going on ever since. I mean, when I was listening to these sisters here and the music that they were making, they were threatening to kick man down. Kind of something what I'm going to do with